What's up, guys? Happy Friday. Hello. Okay, so I was getting some questions on YouTube, so I'm going to answer those pretty quick. And then we got 2 portfolios. Maybe I'll play around in ZBrush just enough while I'm answering those questions to fulfill my cravings, and then we'll look at your guys' critiques. What? Watts, thanks for the sub again, man. There we go. Trigger it for you. Nom 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 nom. Let's see here. Okay, I'll minimize this. Let's do this. Yo. Oh, I should probably turn that stuff off. Hang on here. Like that. Come on. Come on. Okay, so some of the questions I was getting, well, one of the main questions was like the gizmo thing. When you hit the move key, now you get a gizmo, and you're like, oh, how does this work? Oh, black screen. What? I just noticed the UI is not working. 2 seconds here. I wonder why that is. Don't forget the chat window. My God, that's part of the UI now, because the thing I use. 2 seconds here. Is it streampro.io is what I use. No, it's definitely not okay right now. Oh. Oh. This is bad. How you guys doing? Well, we might have to go without UI this time around, else I'm going to have to set some stuff up. Dude, look at that. Error 502. Yo. That's bad, yo. Turn that off for a second. I'm looking younger. I don't know. I don't know what my secret is. Them aging jeans. Aging jeans. I'm American, so I have no idea. I don't know what's causing that. So what in the French toast? Rip. Oh, no, it's still down. So we're probably going to go without, you know, UI. I'm just going to check their Twitter really fast. Huh. All right. YOLO. What all can you see? So we don't get chat. So there's no chat this stream. So sorry. So sorry. Yeah. Fucking fail. Thanks, Stream Pro. I'm gonna remember this. I'll look into it after the stream. Anyway, okay, so people were asking about the Gizmo tool that's now in ZBrush R8. ZBrush 4 R8. And kind of how it works and stuff. So it's the same as when you press, is it Y? So if you press Y, it's the same. I'm like, what? What? Like, what the hell? Whoa, dude, everything is kind of worked right now. This is cool. Trust me, it's cool. Hang on here. Oh, okay, well, we're sticking with that. Hey, what's up, Reeds? Okay, so there's some like buttons like all over this thing and the way that it looks and stuff. So like these guys, of course, scale, right? These move. I should probably turn the grid on so you guys can see what's happening. So like this is super nice just because, I mean, how badly has everyone wanted this? Close document, make a new one. Yeah. Yeah. Whoa. But yeah, so you've got this Gizmo tool, right? It's pretty nice. This rotation around the it's like screen space axis, I guess, would be rotates like that. These guys freely move on whatever you're looking at, so it can get kind of weird really fast. I'll do that too so you can see the wire. Now, probably one of my favorite things about this is kind of how it's changed how you work with primitives. So like, you know, when you want to sculpt on this, it's like, oh, this is like a primitive shape or whatever. You have to convert it to like a polymesh 3D. You're like, oh, that's kind of annoying. There's this little gizmo thing here now, and these are like kind of like the new polymesh 3Ds. I'll show you the. Oh yeah, and the gizmo. You can select these, and they have these little tools on them, so you can just like control how many edges or how many loops it has. You can click that guy and go back to Gizmo 3D. Then you have this mesh. Pretty clean, and it's already sculptable, which is really good. When it comes to the Gizmo tool, some more stuff that's in here. Oh, that's interesting. So if I press W while I'm in the Gizmo tool, it goes to editing this. Huh. Anywho, so there's some other stuff in here, like so this little lock here. If you unlock this, it basically unlocks the gizmo from the asset. But the nice thing is that if you mouse over all these, it says Alt to unlock on all of this stuff. So like this is the home button. You click that and it moves the gizmo to home, right? But because the lock is activated, it moves it back. So what I'm doing is, like, if you hit Alt and then hit home, it just moves the gizmo. And there's a couple of things that are really nice about this. Like if you need to, say, move this up here, you just hold Alt while you do that, and you can move it up here. And then if you let go of Alt, then you can freely move stuff around. See, and then if I mask out, so if I mask out this poly, now I can like freely move stuff around. So I can do like that. It takes some getting used to. So there's some cool stuff you can do with this. If I hit home again, you can see like that's the origin, right? So if I hit, what is the masked center and unmasked? So this is like this little thing here that kind of looks like a marker for Google Maps. If you click that, it'll center to the bounding box of the mesh. But if you mask an area, you can have it center to the unmasked. It's really handy. If you accidentally do stuff like this and your pivot's all jacked up, you can, if you hold Alt and reset, it'll fix that. If you don't hold Alt and reset, it'll just move everything to follow the reset. So some of the stuff that I'm looking at doing now is staying in ZBrush longer. So there's things like adding loops here, for example. Like, you know, some of the pieces that I'm making right now have stuff like this. So what I'm doing is if I press B and I go to Zmodeler, I'll just undo these, and whatever element you're on, it'll tell you like in text what it's gonna do. What up, guys? Dude, this is bugging me, this Stream Pro thing. The moment it's back up, I'm gonna refresh it. Anywho, so you get some little tips on what it's going to do, and whenever you're over that element, if you hit spacebar, you can tell it to do other things when over that element. So right now you can see it's insert edge loop. Alt is to delete edge loop. So if I have Alt and then I click that edge, it'll just delete the loop. You can do stuff like this. If I hold Alt and select faces, it'll make temporary polygroups. So those are all polygroup. Maybe I want to do that. Or maybe I want to do these, and then I want to, where are we at here? Extrude. I'm like, dude, I have no glasses on. Dude, that's why I look younger. That's what it is. Whatever, dude. What's going on, Kyle? Easy. There it is, extrude. So because I made that polygroup, if I extrude this polygroup, it will extrude all the polygroups. So if I hold Alt and then select these ones, it should know what's happening here. It's like it should, but you never know. So auto group. So let's do that. Yeah. It's a little weird. I need that auto group up here. I'm gonna do that really fast. And then all right. So now I have this piece, right? And maybe I want to do a move, invert this selection, it'll make this taller. Now I can do stuff like if I dynamesh it, right, then it'll turn into a sculptable mesh that I can then that I can chip up, right? I just realized there's no alpha on this. There you go. So like the usual when I chip up a mesh and whatnot. But one of the nice things now is I realized that if you have it low poly like this and you do a Control Shift, and usually you would mask out an area, you can Control Shift, click up here, and do like a slice. Where is it? Slice rectangle. And when you do a slice, you see it makes polygroups like that. Usually, if you want to do a straight slice, make sure that you turn perspective off with P. So you do that, and then if I go back to select rectangle, so you can hide this, and then you can see that it's not capped. But if we do Dynamesh, I'm gonna have to bring it up over here. What was that madness? Thorowin, thanks for the follow. You dope. You dope. Dude, I have no way to view any of the, like nothing, like no tips, nothing. What was it? Tell me what it was, chat. What's up, Moros? So now that I've split this up, right, and I can hide that and the caps are not there, if you use Dynamesh, we'll use the original Dynamesh so that it's easier for people to follow that aren't using the other one. Go to Dynamesh, turn the blur off, and turn group on. If you hit Dynamesh, it won't let these merge together because they're two separate groups. And then you end up actually getting a clean cap that's also Dynameshed. So it's that's like super handy, right? Because then you can just hide this. You can do all your sculpting on here. Go back to this one. I'm using my mouse right now, but yeah. Like how sick. So freaking useful. Anywho, that's my little spiel. I was getting a little excited about it yesterday morning. What isn't working for me? So I can't see any of my stuff because that website is down. It's killing me. StreamPro.io. Finally. Nice. Yeah, dude, it took me forever to figure out what the hell is going on. You're killing me, Smalls. So now that we've done that, some of the other stuff that I would suggest when you're sculpting a mesh that's like got hard edges and you need to get those bevels going, make sure that you can just go down here to deformation and there's polish. If you click it once and then press 1 and then tap, you'll just get a nice little bevel around all your edges. I've actually moved that up here so I don't have to go down here all the time. And if I auto group, you can get all your other polygroups. Maybe I want to do this, and then maybe I want to do so I need to like hotkey the slice rectangle thing. And you can see that this is why you need perspective off when you do that slice. You can see how like that's not straight at all. It's because it's a square selection in perspective, so you gotta do like that. If I do this and then marquee select in the background, now you get the caps again. No. So Streamlabs. So I am using Streamlabs as well. They're partnered together. But StreamPro is awesome because it's all integrated. The problem is once it's down, it's all gone. Which is a little shit. So right now I am blind. All I can see is subs and follows. Just gonna comment on them and be like, hey, your shit's down. Anywho. You've probably covered this, but is the chip brush just a variation of the trim smooth border and trim dynamic? Yeah, it's a variation of the trim smooth border. So all it is like if you hit comma and you go up to brushes and then you go to where we at, trim. My chip brush is the trim smooth border, freehand on, and then the alpha, I'm just changing the alpha to a square. I need to make a custom alpha, that way I can like do some other, get some different breakup. But this is like super handy. especially if you store. Let's see here. If I store the morph target, well, I probably can't because everything's hidden. So unhide everything, then go to this one, then ship this up, and I'm like, oh man, okay, this is. I'm doing this with a mouse again. Sorry for all the clicking. You can then go to your, is it morph BMO? So BMO. Wherever you sculpt back, it'll erase that. Super handy. So you can do like a alpha, maybe like instead of dots, maybe you can spray it. Let's see what that looks like. Yeah, you could spray it and kind of get that chipped. I don't know what you would call that, like the chipped rubble. See, and by changing the focal, like if you do it with the focal length or the focal shift really narrow, it's really soft. But if you do it with the with it really tight, you get some like jaggeds, some jaggies, which is always kind of cool if for certain effects. Anywho, all right. You did not miss the crit. I was just looking at stuff. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to switch over. We're going to look at 2 portfolios, and then I will probably go to your guys' critiques. Yes. And I have no UI, just so you guys are aware. I know such things exist. Hi, stream. Hello. How you doing? 37 peeps. I'm still waiting for the response from those guys. All right. Switch time.